What's up, Money Minds, and welcome back to another video edition of Market Briefs. Today is November 4th, and here's some business and financial news you can finally use. Yesterday, Black Rifle Coffee announced that it would go public via an SPAC deal worth around $1.7 billion. The veteran-focused company plans to hire 10,000 military veterans alongside its public debut. Speaking of SPACs, NBA All-Star Kevin Durant launched a $200 million SPAC yesterday, hoping to merge with a health, sports, and business brand sometime very soon. Next up, we've got the 3 things that you absolutely need to know if you're going to start investing in today's financial tip of the day. Number 1, investing is accessible, but definitely not easy. You absolutely will make mistakes. Number 2, you cannot consistently beat the market, so you need to build a long-term plan. And number 3, keep your emotions out of investing. Trust us, it will save you a ton of money down the road. But if you want to learn everything there is to know about investing, why you should do it, where you should do it, and how you should do it, our team wrote an article on this exact topic over on theminoritymindset.com, and I will leave a link to that article in the description below. In our market recap for November 3rd, it was a pretty busy day on Wall Street as the Fed announced its tapering in bond buying. The markets reacted to this news in a relatively positive way, turning green for the day. Across the pond, though, the Bank of England implied that an interest rate hike is imminent. But policymakers are currently deciding whether to do it now or wait until December. And a brand new face hit Wall Street yesterday. Allbirds launched its public debut on the NASDAQ stock exchange, and it trades under the stock ticker BIRD. Next up is our October jobs report breakdown. But before we get into all of that, my name is Nate from Minority Mindset News, and if you like this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button below and hit that notification bell too. That way YouTube shows our videos to way more money minds around the world, and we can keep making videos just like this one. The October private job sector report is out, and it's looking pretty good, all thanks to the hospitality industry. Companies added 371,000 new jobs in October, around 395,000 more than the Dow Jones estimate. Leisure and hospitality led the charge, adding around 185,000 new positions for the month, and large businesses in general added around 458,000. The leisure and hospitality industry includes everything from bars and restaurants to theme parks and hotels. This sector of the economy is a decent gauge for people to look at to see how our economy is doing, and it became especially important during the pandemic. The hospitality and leisure industry has faced a ton of setbacks, from economic shutdowns to new virus cases and even jams in the supply chain. Overall, though, October was the best month for jobs since June, and it is definitely a sigh of relief for investors and Americans alike, especially after the abysmal September jobs report. Next up in our second story, the Federal Reserve finally announced when it will start tapering its asset purchasing program. The Federal Reserve does not have an official date yet. They simply stated that it would start later in November, which is a lot closer than what we've been given in the past. What they will actually be doing is cutting the amount of assets that they purchase. Treasury bonds will go down by $10 billion every single month, and mortgage-backed securities will decrease by $5 billion every month as well. On the flip side, though, the Fed did not have much to say about inflation. The Fed did acknowledge that prices around the country are increasing rapidly, but they still believe that this inflation is transitory, meaning that it will not last forever and it's only temporary. Here is the bottom line, though. The Fed's announcement is a huge step towards pulling back some of its help it was giving to the markets and America in general. If anything, it gave the markets a moderate relief of tension. It shows that the economy may be moving in the right direction. The markets in general reacted positively to the news, with some stocks going from the red and back into the green, and the bond yield moving slightly higher. That is it for our 2 main stories of the day today, so let's take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, Policygenius. If you have ever tried looking for life insurance, you have probably realized one thing. It is super confusing. Well, It simply does not have to be. With Policygenius, buying life insurance is actually pretty easy. Just enter some information on Policygenius's site and they will give you all of the best estimates so you can pick the best deals and save money. In addition, Policygenius will show you everything you need or wanted to know about life insurance. In addition, you can compare dozens of quotes side by side. And once you're ready to move forward, you can let Policygenius's licensed professionals handle the rest. Finding a quote is super easy and completely free. So if you're interested in comparing life insurance quotes with Policygenius, or you just want to learn more about what they're all about, I'll leave a link in the description below on exactly how you can find them. Big shout out to Policygenius for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the news. Next up, Oreos, Ritz crackers, and Sour Patch Kids prices are going up in 2022. The prices for these three snacks are expected to rise by around 7%. And if you guess supply chain issues for the reason, you're right. The CEO of Mondelez, the parent company for the snacks, said that supply is nowhere near where it needs to be, and it's been pretty hard to keep items on the shelves. Higher commodity prices and a shortage in transportation have wrecked the supply chain all around the country. Overall, though, Mondelez has been doing pretty all right despite these supply chain shortages. The company's revenue grew to $7.18 billion, which is up compared to the $6.67 billion from the year before. 15% more people are staying home now, and cookies and candy are usually consumed in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Next up, we've got another earnings report for you. CVS reported better than expected earnings during the third quarter due to more prescription fill-ups and supplying the vaccine. Earnings per share increased to $1.98 compared to the $1.78 expectation. The company made $73 billion last quarter versus the $70 billion that was expected. Although the company did struggle with some major one-time purchases, like its purchase of Aetna Health Insurance Company, which ended up lowering its total anticipated revenue. Regardless though, pandemic-related needs helped fill that financial gap. CVS gave 8.5 million COVID tests during the quarter and over 11.5 million COVID-19 vaccines. Walgreens has also been benefiting from vaccine mandates. It gave around 13.5 million vaccines in the third quarter. Next up in our crypto corner, Bitcoin traded 2% higher yesterday, while its rival Ethereum hit a new record high. In fact, Ether's weekly gains are currently hovering around the 10% mark. Bitcoin is currently trading at just over $62,800 per coin, and Ether is currently trading at around $4,600 per coin. Next up is our Money Mind section, where we pull comments directly from you all on our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok accounts. Today's comment is from T.O. on our YouTube channel, and the comment reads, "This guy is awesome. I use his content to help supplement my teaching materials at a high school level." No, you're awesome, T.O. Educating the youth is the #1 most important thing when it comes to financial education. Teaching our kids now about money and investing will go a long way for the future of our economy. If you want to learn exactly how to talk to kids and teach them about money and investing, our team wrote an article on this exact topic over on theminoritymindset.com. I'll leave a link to that article in the description below. Next up, we have a brand new section called Market Movers. We're going to be talking about who went up and who went down on November 3rd. Trending up, shares of Bed Bath & Beyond jumped up after it announced a deal with Kroger. In addition, Capri Holdings, the company behind Versace, jumped up after beating expectations on both earnings and revenue. And finally, Gap stock jumped after it announced it reached a deal with an Italian retailer to buy 11 locations within Italy. On the flip side though, here's who went down. Zillow stock sank after it announced it would close down its home buying and home flipping business. Activision Blizzard dropped, even though it beat estimates on the top and bottom lines, but it ended up dropping its outlook. And finally, Roku dropped 9% in extended trading after releasing its earnings report. It also lowered its guidance as well. But that is it for today's business and financial news. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. Keep hustling, Money Minds, and I'll see you all in the next one.